I keep getting asked, attorneys are expensive. When do I actually need one for my federal employment issue? And what if I can't afford an attorney? These are fair questions, and after spending over 20,000 hours representing federal employees, here's my honest, practical answer about when you definitely should, and sometimes should not, hire an attorney. First, let's talk about what's truly at stake. If you're facing a RIF, removal, or serious discipline, you're not just risking your current paycheck, you might be jeopardizing your entire federal career, future promotions, and retirement benefits. People often assume that having strong evidence means the agency will simply give in, but in reality, the opposite happens. Agencies typically push harder when they're at risk. They have attorneys whose job it is to poke holes in your arguments, reduce their liability, and get you to settle cheaply or make a critical procedural mistake. Second, attorneys aren't just there to file paperwork. Good attorneys build cases from the ground up, uncovering hidden evidence when the agency tries to hide it, strategically positioning you, dealing with complicated procedural rules, and valuing your case realistically to avoid leaving money on the table. Employment law is filled with complex timelines and deadlines. File in the wrong venue, and your strongest claim could collapse. Third, here's something most federal employees don't know. Federal employment laws often allows you to shift your legal fees to the agency if you win. That means the stronger your case, the more likely the agency ultimately pays your attorney's fees. This fee shifting advantage not only helps you cover your costs, but can encourage the agency to settle more reasonably. Ironically, it's precisely when your case is strongest that having an attorney becomes the most beneficial and critical. Of course, there are scenarios when hiring an attorney might not make sense. For example, if your situation involves a minor issue like a small reprimand with limited long-term impact, or the agency immediately admits a mistake and corrects it, you probably don't need counsel. Or if you can't afford it, it doesn't make sense from cost-benefit analysis. But know that mistakes can kind of put your career at risk. So here are clear-cut times when you definitely need legal representation in my mind. Proposed removal or serious discipline. This can permanently derail your federal career. Additionally, if you're dealing with a strong denial of a reasonable accommodation, those are strong cases. The agency's attorney understands these rules intimately, and you should too. Also, if you have discrimination, retaliation, or whistleblower claims that are strong. These cases are evidence-intensive, complicated, and fiercely contested by agencies, even if you think they're strong. Experienced counsel can make the difference. Finally, remember, agencies regularly use sophisticated legal tactics like filing motions to dismiss, delaying discovery, or offering lowball settlements loaded with unfavorable terms. A skilled attorney anticipates these moves proactively and protects your interests every step of the way to the extent possible. The bottom line, yes, good attorneys can be expensive, but the cost of losing your federal job, your retirement benefits, or your professional reputation is far greater. If you're facing a career-altering situation, bringing an attorney to the table can be helpful the stronger your case is. If this resonates, please share this widely with other federal employees and drop your experiences or questions in the comments. We'll be reading them. Our firm is designed straight talk, real solutions in helping federal employees protect their careers. As all this started unfolding in January, what we wanted to do to give back to the community is keep you informed through social media. So if you're not on our newsletter, I'd consider that. It's at fedlegalhelp.com/newsletter. Also, I appreciate doing this every day. I do talk about our membership. We don't want to push anybody to join it who doesn't want to, and perfectly fine. Grateful for the people who support us on social media by liking our stuff, responding to it, engaging it. Just like working with an attorney, joining the membership also is not something that always makes sense. Regardless of that, we care about federal employees and want to keep you informed at a time when a lot of people weren't. So again, if you haven't joined our newsletter, I would get on that, especially if something happens on social media. That is at fedlegalhelp.com/newsletter. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I hope you found this helpful. I believe, information is power, and we're out there to help get more information out. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.